at this from an outside perspective to make sure, because I'm looking at this at trial. I'm not looking at just now. I'm looking at this what's going to happen in 8 months. See my
It's
point?
just like he really did sexually assault my daughter, and he followed her. You know, he popped up in front of my house. He popped up in her job several times. They had to call the cops.
And I absolutely believe you. Hear where I'm coming from. I absolutely believe you. I think you guys are. Do you want a tissue or do you need anything? You sure? Look, I wouldn't be. I spent a lot of time on this case reviewing this case before I give you a call. I wouldn't be here telling you if I didn't believe it would stick and just trying to get rid of the case. That's not my point. My job is to protect people. That's what I'm here for. So I have to look at this from a standard of a legal standard. How do I get this guy to stick to something?
Right.
From a stalking perspective, I think there's not much here. On a stalking perspective, there is better on a harassment. That's what I'm trying to say. If we can stick him to that, I don't know what they're going to do down. I'm not going to be the prosecutor.
Is he arrested right now? Is he in jail?
You know, I didn't check up on that. I don't know if he's in. He is.
I mean, will he be here today in court?
No. He's not. This is the grand jury is a neutral zone for you guys only.
Okay.
Defendants are not allowed to be in here without my consent. Okay. You're safe, no issues, nobody's gonna come in here. If somebody comes in here, I'll ask that very nice gentleman outside with a gun to remove him.
Thank you.
All right?
This is very creepy.
There is nobody gonna be here for that reason. It's just you, me, and them. That's it, all right? The grand jury. So, do you understand what I'm trying to say, though?
No, absolutely. It's just he really was stalking her.
No, and I believe you, but the thing is, we don't have enough. If we had enough, I'd be like, let's indict this guy and get it over with.
Okay. What would be considered enough, though?
I knew you were gonna ask me that. What's next? There's a couple instances. Like, I'll give you a couple of reasons why the case has holes in this, right?
Okay.
Back in January, he touched your daughter's blood.
My
right?
daughter's, yes,
right.
but
Touched your daughter's blood, right? He was found guilty on an improper behavior, right? So he was found guilty of that. He doesn't talk to you. He doesn't talk to you for like 4 months, like in April, right? That was the first time the incident happened, back in April. Then you don't see him for a little bit, and he comes back in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks after the fact, and then you see him on the street, and he comes.
And
around,
inside the store.
And inside the store, he comes around like 3 times. Then you don't see him again for a little while, and then he comes back. Stalking requires a little bit, well, a lot more than that. These are just random instances, and that's the defense they're going to use. Look, it's a free country. I'm allowed to drive around just so she happens to be. That's the
or walking around.
I know it sounds silly, but
circling around my house, being in front of my house.
And you have to also understand that it sounds silly that they can use this defense, but think about it. It's a group of people are going to be judging this case, and a group of people are going to be listening to this, and they're not going to know the background on certain things because we're legally not allowed to get into that.
Right.
Understand?
Okay.
We're legally not allowed to. So they're only going to hear certain facts, and the facts they're going to be listening to, minus the butt grabbing, is going to be, coming to my street,
because he already pled guilty to that.
Exactly. That's my point. The only time I would ever be able to use that butt grabbing thing would be if he takes a stand, and then I'd be like, well, you were guilty of improper behavior, right? And even that, I'm very limited to what I can ask.
Okay.
And that's what I'm trying to get at. From a legal standpoint, where our hands are slightly tied, but if we shift it back down,